Hi everyone, this is Donny Lowy from Closeoutexplosion.com. I hope you're doing really well today. Today I'd like to discuss with you how to properly convey the value of the wholesale clothing that you're selling to your customers. Customers are, I would say, overwhelmed by the choices of wholesale clothing which they can buy at the wholesale level, at the retail level. So if you want to effectively and efficiently sell your wholesale clothing, you need to be able to convey to the customer that you have something special. You need to be able to show the customer that you have something of value that is worthwhile for them to purchase. So how do you do that? Well, the days of simply telling your customer what do you have, or putting up an advertisement that your clothing is 50% off, 70% off, that's not enough, because you know why? There's so many discounters out there, so many websites having sales, department stores having clearance events, that if you want to convey value, you can't just sell your clothing based on a low price, right? The focus has to be on the value of showing customers what it is that you have. Then sure, once they understand what it is that you have for sale, sure, you could have a great sale and bring them in. Sales do work, but people will only appreciate a sale when they realize there's value there, right? You don't want to buy something that you're not interested in even at 90% off. But if it's something that you value and then it's even 10% off and you greatly value it, that type of sale is going to encourage you to go ahead and make that purchase. So how do you properly convey the value? The first thing that you want to do is you want to be very specific in describing the brands that you have available. If you don't have, branded clothing or branded merchandise, that's okay. But for starters, let's focus on brand name clothing. And if anything, I would recommend that you do deal with brand name clothing because of the following. If you are dealing with brand name clothing, you want to demonstrate to people the value of the brand name clothing that you have available. You want to describe the brands in detail. Let them know what makes that brand so special. Is the brand known for the style? Is the brand known for the quality? Does the brand have a strong following among celebrities? Is the brand have a great reputation among a certain clientele and your customer belongs to that clientele? And if the clothing is not brand name, then you have to also focus on the quality and the style. Compare it if possible. If you can honestly compare it to a certain brand, then compare the clothing to that brand. Meaning, if you have non-branded clothing, but it's made by an up-and-coming label, or it's private label fashion clothing, but the clothing is really high quality, it's extremely stylish, and it's comparable to, let's say, Nine West clothing or to Calvin Klein clothing, then let the customer know that. But you're going to have to really demonstrate how it's comparable, and you better make sure that, in fact, that clothing is comparable, because the customers will call you out on it. All right, so now, how do you convey that? So you remember, you describe it very properly. And what I would recommend is always let the customers know what the original retail price of that clothing is. If you have a dress that retails for $300, even if you're going to sell it for $50, let the customers know that it's a $300 dress. And if the customer would not know it without you telling them, let's say the customer doesn't know, that that's a $300 dress. And, many times myself, I'll get overstock from department stores, and I might not know that a certain brand is really expensive. So what I should do, and what I try to do, is show the customers online how much those dresses go for. And if a customer comes to my warehouse and they're not familiar with a certain brand, I'll show them on my computer how much the dress is sold online by a department store or by the brand themselves, and this way could demonstrate the value to the customer. And now if your customer doesn't come shop in person in your store or your warehouse or your flea market spot, then you want to show them online on your website, give them a link to a place where they can see online how much that clothing goes for. Now another way to show the value of what you have is by taking a video of the clothing, of the products that you have, and have a really nice video where you show different items. You do a zoom in, a close up, show them what you have, show them the price tag, show them the brands, show them how nice it is, and that's another great way to convey the value of what you have for sale. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. My website is closeoutexplosion.com. The next time you come to New York, you're welcome to visit my warehouse. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And you might come up with another way where you can convey value to your customers. But remember, by conveying value, and especially by conveying the value in a professional way, it's going to motivate your customers to buy from you. Thank you so much. Have a great day.